Okay, Jacob P. Let's go play a nice game. He's thinking about knight take here, check, or he isn't. Now there's knight d4, knight f6, stopping queen h5 check, c3. c3 is a really weird move. I guess there's c5 here, takes, all types of shenanigans. So I'm just gonna go bishop e6, maybe castle short.
Heb ik. Oh,
h3, another weird move. Just doesn't make sense. Right now, I just want to go queen e7. Iets me lemon.
no.
Tot 10 tollen.
嗯，
Tot
没有，
10 tollen ding.
这数字都已经累，
Mm.
走一次嘛。
I mean, queen e5 is just so tempting that I don't even think about it and just play. Along with g6, also very tempting. Because then I open up the whole file here and like this file is also open. This file is open. A lot of attacks can happen there. So f4. We play and peasant without much thinking. Seems good, seems good. And then we could take this pawn. We could also not take that pawn because there's a rook here incoming. But if you give this check, he just plays this. So not so easy to play at all. There's also queen g6.
你怎么就这样问？不要了，我对你。
Let's just castle and blunder our queen. That's what I was thinking. Okay, show me the goods. I accept the pawn that I sacrificed in the first place, but all seems well. I could play king f7 here. Didn't really calculate it, but seemed so fun to play, so why not? Why not? Because he's so ill-developed anyways that he won't have any crazy sacrifices at the moment. And then I'll just bring this rook in and bring this rook in, and it all seems to be fine. Or not. Or not. Or not. It all seemed fine until the Italian nation attacked. Ah, Queen goes out. Don't have to react to this. I'll just continue developing. Takes takes. Taking this now. Then I take that free pawn. So we went from a pawn down to a pawn up. That's nice. And the only reason that that happened was because he didn't really see the changes in position after the trade, which favored me. It could have been the other way around as well, but it didn't. Now there's this, getting rid of his best piece. But let's for now just develop this rook, go king h7 and king f8, I guess. King f7, h7. All seems legit. All seems legit. It goes back. There it goes back. Um, to which we will just could just get a knight on a better square. Seems legit. Seems legit. This whole diag is all fine anyway, so if three pieces on the same file, I really would consider something like this, but nah, I don't know. This position still feels equal because the pawn we have is a double pawn. So that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad. So we have to outplay our opponent again. What a bad opening. Who plays this shit? G6? Okay, but now this is weak and this is weak. Because he moved the pawn up. Um, this makes a whole lot of sense to... Takes. I guess I'll take. Alright, he's being very passive here. And this endgame, debatable because of the time interval, but it feels easier to play with black than with white. Okay, he goes for passivity, but at least he's making threats, right? At least he's making threats. We should aim for probably this or this pawn. So, well, let's first start with e5 because we want to go a4 and b5 additionally. He probably goes knight f3. Probably this knight because the knight is not being very accurate or yeah active there, and there will probably spring to d4. The problem is how do we deal with that? Um, and then I come to the conclusion that I just don't, and I just go for another pawn move. Usually one of my many flaws, but if it doesn't get punished, I can get away with it. Now I'm very tempted to even have such a setup to prevent him from going knight d4. Again, another pawn move, but I really don't see how to improve my position. So it's there. Doesn't seem to be super accurate. So I just go knight bishop there and see what happens. Maybe somehow I want to remaneuver my pieces so that they can be somewhat more active. But at the moment, I have a very satisfactory life by just pushing pawns the whole time. So here, maybe induce some more weaknesses. Assess. Well, come on, boy. Goes knight there. That's a good move. I didn't see this one. Didn't see this one. Yeah, this puts a lot of strain in my position, unfortunately. Let's first start with this. And now he has the option to go knight e5, which seems like a very active move. But in actuality, it has no business being there, and I don't see how he can punish me uh, for just being there. Okay, knight there. I can avoid a trade. I can also just go for the trades, but I can avoid a trade with something like this. I just did it because he seemingly seems very uncomfortable at the moment. So I'll just try to maneuver around and see if I can, you know, get an advantage because he doesn't feel that great, which is kind of sad. But, you know, chess is not for the weak. Maybe, maybe I get a knight here in somehow, somewhere. Also, look how well placed this bishop is, restricting the knight from even going anywhere. And if it even went those places, I would even have restricted those other places. This is the disadvantage you have with knights in endgames. They're just so useless until they become useful. That's the scary part. So, yeah, no potential until proven wrong, basically. Okay, so we see yet another weakness. So now this square has become available. And kind of want to just go in there, but I can't. So I'm just gonna slowly build it up. Maybe I get my bishop there instead. Um, but at the moment I'm just chilling with this pawn structure. Not weaknesses, as it's very hard to attack this pawn with a knight, because those squares are heavily defended or occupied. And yeah, I think white is just stuck for a plan to replace this. Seems reasonable as well. Seems reasonable as well. And I guess we'll just activate king. So as you can see, I'm not really doing anything, but I am building up something though. It's like the upward spiral of a man. Like you're not really doing anything as a man, I guess. Well, that's a really flawed explanation. But as a man, you're doing your thing, which feels like not doing anything, but your value, in this case, the value of the position is slowly and increasing. Okay, you went for some weaknesses. You made some weaknesses. Now I think it's time to try to attack that weakness. So let's first go knight here. He will go knight here, but that's okay. If he doesn't find the move, he doesn't find the move. It seems to me that he's the uncomfortable one in this endgame. But again, it's about the moves you play. Could turn around in a second. Yeah, goes knight back. That's what I mean. He's very uncomfortable in this position. So now, again, we go forwards. And look, the knight has improved himself from b6 to freaking e5. It's a huge improvement in my book. Retargeting weaknesses says he's getting low in time as well, which makes conversion for us easier as well. Hmm. And I think it's time to go b5 here, stopping this knight from ever reaching that square. Again, not doing much, increasing my value. Yapping as well, one of my many fortes, but also many weaknesses. Okay. I'm wondering if I can go take stakes. Whenever takes we can take. It does seem to be a very promising thing. Again, we don't have to do anything. We can even play c6 here. He does have these maneuvers though. Um, yeah, that's slightly, that is slightly annoying. Knight here, so now he really doesn't really think about those moves, I guess. Yeah, it's still hard. It's still hard. We're winning, but it's not straightforward at all. You could say it's just trade off everything and see how it goes, but hard to say if that works in practice. Wait, now, however, after takes, king here, opposition, I think we're just straight up winning. Now we can, now our patience pays off. I think we just go here, opposition, and what are you gonna do? Yeah, go back, and then we just take a pawn in this case. Because he has no pawn moves, and we always have this c6 pawn move left, or even c5, c4. It's been a great it's been a great in-game showcase, I would say, and that's nice. First game won today. That's nice. That's nice. We had one miss. We had one miss. We had one miss. I would like to see the miss. Ah, there was a free knight. Oh, you know, who cares about that? Very neat.